It's January the 16th. Bills are due. Resolutions are, well, strained, if not broken. Winter continues, marches on. The third Monday of January has become known as Blue Monday, supposedly the saddest day of the year. But is it really? Garrett Barry shining a little light on the story for us this morning from St. John's. Tell us about the history of this, Garrett. How did the whole Blue Monday thing even get started?
It stretches back to 2005 and a company called, a company in the UK, a travel company in the UK that teamed up with a sort of a part-time instructor and put out this weirdly pseudo-mathematical equation. It attempted to measure some pretty interesting things, not your standard algebra, things like the quality of the weather and your motivational levels. And that equation was supposed to prove that this day, the third Monday of January, is the saddest day of the year. But the truth, of course, is that they had to pay, or they did pay some academics to try to push out this marketing strategy for them. So in reality, this is not a thing. That's what you might say these days. Totally not a thing. But you'll still see headlines like, there is still a little bit of truth to this, even though you might see headlines like why Blue Monday is a load of rubbish. The fact that this persists maybe is an indication that there's some truth underneath all of it. As you said, the holidays are over. Maybe you're not living up to your New Year's resolutions, or maybe you bought a nice pair of hiking shoes and wore them a few times, but accidentally left them too close to the heater and let them melt overnight. I'm just saying that's a possibility. Whatever it is, it's a challenging time of year for some people. Seasonal affective disorder does cause a lot of pain to a lot of Canadians, and it's pretty bad this time of year. And so does clinical depression, a serious illness that has nothing to do with a marketing campaign. And that's why people do go look for some extra help and maybe a little bit of extra advice today, Heather.
I'm not even going to ask whether you did that to your own hiking boots. I don't want to know. But I do want to know about the help. As you say, people are getting some advice, combating the blues. And what are we hearing, Garrett?
Well, if you go to a doctor or a social worker or a therapist, it's pretty serious and reliable mental health advice. No gimmicks or coupons, no travel deals, but things like getting active and getting out of the house.
It's just sort of, feeling down. It's really about that social connectivity, going outside, getting fresh air, exercise, interacting with people, sharing your problems. A problem shared is a problem halved. So it's really just about talking about all of this. A lot of people do actually get worse during winter months. That is seasonal affective disorder. That is a diagnosable medical condition that requires therapy.
So Dr. Delabo suggests talking with your friends, and that's what we're doing this morning on Morning Live. We've been asking for some tips on how people are beating the winter blues, and Tony wrote in this morning and saying there's nothing for lifting spirits in the winter like getting out for a fat bike ride in the snow. Take a look at that picture. That does look beautiful, and it looks like a lovely little winter excursion, something to lift your spirits on this Monday morning.
Love the ideas we're getting, and love hearing about it from you, Garrett. Thank you very much for this morning. If you ever want to send us any more of the solutions to beat those blues, Morning Live at CBC.ca.